Welcome. I wanted to do a little workshop on how to create an altar and what altars are used for. So altars are really good for any kind of rituals that you're performing, any workshops that you are creating or being part of, ceremonies, any kind of ceremonies, any kind of full moon, new moon ceremonies as well, the solstice, anything that you're trying to manifest, any healing that you are working on. And you can also just have one just to have one. That is really good for anything that you are working on or doing. So the purpose of having an altar is to create a spiritual space that is a sacred space. It's a backdrop for whatever you're planning to use it for. So anything, any ceremonies you're performing within this, having this altar will deepen the overall effect of what the intention is in whatever you're using it for. So it magnifies what you're using it for. So you can, if your intention is to, if for health, say, it just magnifies and allows the energy to be, a little bit higher for whatever your intention is. It serves to call in your guides, any spiritual assistants, your ancestors. So it calls in all of those source to help you to bring whatever it is your intention is toward you. Or towards others. You can make an altar to help others as well. It radiates into space to allow for that to happen. And it opens the channels for higher frequencies to come in and to assist in whatever it is your intentions are. It helps ground the space as well as yourself. It stabilizes the energy in the ritual that you are performing. And it activates spiritual guidance. And I love that because we can always call in whoever it is that you want to call in to help create and magnify what it is that you're trying, your intentions. Like I said, it intensifies the energy of whatever it is that you're trying to call in. So you use objects on your altar. So altar cloths are really good. You can do whatever size you want in whatever patterns. I sometimes even use scarves as a just to lay down first. So you put in, and here's different altar cloths that you can use. And I will go through what each color means for your altar cloth. There are different things for different colors, as well as you're placing the objects onto the altar. It's really good to have things that are meaningful to you and that you're called to put on. I always put a candle on, and when I light my candle, I always set the intention as I am lighting it, and that's the last. I put my candle on, but the last thing I do is light it, and it kind of starts the energy as I say my intention while I am lighting it. You can use figurines, you can use angels, deities, what else? You can use animal totems, anything you want. You can put anything from the earth. You can put feathers down, smudge feathers. I often always use crystals, and I sometimes will pull oracle cards. I will often as well just leave the deck there. And if the ritual is or the workshop is over a period of days, sometimes I pull cards for each day for kind of like getting the message for the day for the workshop or whatever it is that I am working on. So these objects that you place on your altar, they can represent your feelings, they can represent any ideas that you have, they can also represent your desires, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. The objects give substance to your intention of what it is that you're creating the altar for. So the first thing you need to do is choose your space. It needs to be, it does not have to be a big space. It could be just like a little shelf. It could be like your nightstand. It could be just a little table. It could be a spot on the floor in the corner of your, of a room, just some place that is clear. You should always clear your space before you set up your altar to make sure that the energy is clear, and you start off with your cloth, and then you start putting objects on, and use objects that symbolize whatever it is that you're trying to, whatever your intention is. So for instance, you are calling in a love relationship. So maybe you want to put some rose quartz on your altar, or a rose, or something from your heart space, something that symbolizes love to you, and place those on your altar. And when you're placing them on your altar, set your intention for each piece. And you don't have to say it out loud. You just kind of put it out there, and you just say, you know what, I'm calling in some a loving relationship, and start listing off some of the things that you are really wanting to have in this relationship. So just know that there's no wrong, that anything you choose will be okay, and it's all about the intention of what it is you're trying to create. And call in, and the guidance that you are wanting for, if there's guidance that you are seeking in this altar that you are creating. So again, choose, if it's a relationship, choose heart-centered objects that mean something from your heart space. So in the final piece for your altar, when you get all your pieces done, set on your altar, is to set the intention, like the full intention of everything that you are desiring in this to come from this altar. So it's not just intention, but it could be prayer, it could be blessings for other people, and to make sure that you're doing it with gratitude. And that is so important in this, because without being grateful, then it's really hard for the universe to bring you what you desire. And then, so for offerings for your altar, you could also use things that represent the 4 elements. So, so air, fire, water, and earth. So the air could be a feather. What else is good for air? Anything that represents air for you. Water could be a bowl of water that's cleansing and purifying. Seashells are really good, and that's feminine energy and the power of the sea and the moon. Earth could be anything, crystals, it could be pottery, it could be clay, sand, salt, a plant, a flower, is anything from the earth. And fire, like candle or incense. It's really, really good to try and, if you can, have the 4 elements. I know I always try and have all 4 elements. And know that, like, if you put a wreath on your altar, that means the cycle of life. Fruit and flowers represent the bounty brought forth from Mother Earth. Flowers seal in the energy, and they're an expression of love, beauty, and spirit. You can use fruits and grains as well. They represent richness and abundance. Crystals bring in their own kind of energy, so stones and metals. So I'll mention a few of crystals, what they mean. So if you are looking to bring in, like I said, romance, maybe a rose quartz, right? Or something from the heart space, could be for love, could be malachite. Just anything that they are associated with. And for the altar cloth, so I'm going to just check my notes here. For red, it is strength, courage, health, passion, sensuality, stimulating, anything that you're trying to stimulate. It also represents fire, zest, drive, physical energy, can assist in depression and fear. So if those are some of the things you're trying to heal. Orange is optimism, expansiveness, emotional balance, confidence, self-motivation, enthusiasm, connection, and community. Yellow altar cloth stimulates intellect, communication, clarity, organization, attention to detail, evaluation, academic achievement, discipline, heightened expression, and freedom. So if you are struggling with, maybe you need to have more detail at work, maybe you want to call in, some help, some guidance with that, and place a yellow cloth down, or even yellow objects on your altar if that's your intention, right? Green simulates balance, harmony, peace, hope, growth, and healing, symbolizes nature and abundance. So also blue is activates your inspiration, creativity, spiritual understanding, faith and devotion, gentleness, contentment, patience, and composure. Also blue is the throat chakra, so anything to do with the throat chakra, communication, all that stuff. Purple activates spiritual awareness, intuition, inner wisdom, connecting to unseen realms, heightened spiritual perspectives, and intuition. So it's calming, soothing, and comforting. White encompasses all colors and their vibrations, divine realization, humility, and creative imagination, as well as purifying. And black is for vision, introspection, germination, silence, stillness, and incubation. And pink is love, softness, grace, kindness, and self-nurturing. And don't limit just what I said to these colors. So if you are attracted to a certain color for a certain reason, then bring in those colors. And if that's what it means for you, use that. And so flowers, I mentioned, are really good for altars. The chrysanthemum is really good to help with meditation, longevity, mental and emotion observations. And a daffodil is joy and laughter. So if you don't have enough laughter and joy right now in your life, then maybe you want to add a daffodil on your altar. Daisy is innocence and happiness. And right now what just came in was, you don't have to have a space possibly, but, often we put flowers on the kitchen table. So if that's something that you love to do, then go, if you get flowers, or if you go to the store and buy flowers and put them on your table and set the intention with whatever the flower meanings are. If you know, like the daffodil, the joy and the laughter, if that's what kind of flowers you have, then absolutely put them, give them their water and set them on the table, and ask for more around your table or in your home or at work or whatever. So there's just different ways. You don't have to have like a whole bunch of stuff on an altar. You can just set an intention when you have an object that is meaningful and has meaning to bring in whatever it is your intention is. So an iris is sensuality, lily is purity and perfection, a rose is love, obviously, but also with the rose, different colors mean different things. Like there's one for friendship, there's one for joy, there's all kinds of meanings to them. So do some research and see what would be best fitting for your intention. Sunflowers, optimism and joy. Tulip, vitality and love. And there's so many more, right? Fruits and grains. So an apple is wealth and vitality. And an apple for me is like abundance, harvest, because that is just what it represents for me. But corn is also the same. Harvest and abundance. That's the same for me. That's how I feel of it. Fertility and many blessings. Grains are prosperity and renewal. Mustard seed is faith. And then a peach is immortality, marriage, and tenderness. Pomegranate is fertility and diversity. So if you're trying to start a new job or like a new career or something and you need some fertility to get that foundation down, why not go buy a pomegranate? And you don't have to have it on your absolute altar, but it's always really nice to have that space where you can set that intention. Rice is good fortune, wheat, abundance, harvest, and intuition. So a few crystals that you can use. I almost always have crystals I actually probably do always have crystals on my altar. And I don't always know the meanings of them when I put them on. I just am guided to put certain ones on in certain positions. So that's also something to look at, is wherever you're guided to place these objects on your altar, just do it. There's no wrong. Just use your guidance and just go with it and set those intentions. So aventurine is healing. Agate, success, happiness. Amber, protection and healing. Amethyst is compassion and clairvoyance. Aquamarine is harmony. Bloodstone, healing and physical strength. Carnelian is grounding. Citrine is mental clarity. And for me, citrine is also abundance, more specific, I guess I would say money. Emerald is spiritual healing. Fluorite is mental attunement and calming. Garnet is physical strength and assertiveness. Jade is the healing and wisdom. Lapis, spirituality, intuition, and royalty. Malachite, physical power, healing and cleansing, and anything to do with the heart center, like love and that good stuff. Moonstone is emotional balancing, lunar qualities. Obsidian is grounding, and I always think of obsidian as protection as well. Opal is emotional clarity. Peridot is mental and physical healing, rejuvenation. Paranite is calmness, unconditional love, and healing. The quartz crystal is spiritual attunement, and quartz is also one of the highest vibration crystals for healing. And ruby is strength, health, and spiritual passion. Sapphire is devotion and spirituality. Selenite is dreaming skills, intuition, and meditation. Topaz is expansion and knowledge. Tourmaline is purification and healing. Turquoise is healing and balancing. So I hope that you can, feel that you can start and do your own altar for anything. I continuously have an altar in my space. I change it up when I'm feeling that I need a change, or I'm setting new intentions for a new adventure, or healing, or calling in what I need for strength, or just manifesting. And I set those intentions, and I just pull whatever I need to pull for crystals, for figurines, for, and I even put fairy lights around my altar, and I have them on, and I set my intention, I burn my candle, and I'm always mixing it up. I pull cards sometimes, not always, but I also have a healing business, so my altar is serving for me to help heal other people when they come into my space. with that intention by divine will for the best of intentions for them and clarity for me to help them. So yeah, you can do anything you want, and there's no wrong in what you decide to use, what you decide to do, where you put it, and also to cleanse the space. Make sure you're cleansing your space before you set any intention, and have fun with it, enjoy it, and just it's to help call in more help, more reinforcements, more clarity, more positive energy, and more love and light to come during your ceremonies, during your workshops, or whatever it is that your intention is for it to be used for. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, just send me any questions that you have, and you can check out my website, www.soulworksbysuepickering.com, and I do all kinds of spiritual development courses. And if there's anything that you want clarity on, or if you want to learn more on anything spiritual, I am your person. I love hosting events and helping people and guiding people and giving them the tools that they need to see within themselves to move themselves forward in their life and on their journey. So I hope you have a beautiful day. Much love and light.